When he was about 13 months old, or about a year, we noticed that he was having some pain of some sort in his hips and on one side in particular. So we took him back into the doctor and she said, well, let's get some x-rays. So we did x-rays and she came into the room and was crying, which when the doctor comes in crying, you know that's not a good thing. And she said that they found 2 tumors in his leg and that had eaten away part of the bone in his femur, and that was the reason he was in so much pain. And so they sent us immediately to Sacred Heart Children's Hospital, and he was diagnosed with neuroblastoma cancer that next day. Well, when they told us he had neuroblastoma, I honestly, besides the fact that this was like the worst news that anybody could ever have, I didn't know that kids that young got cancer, to be honest. He was only 13 months old. He needed blood fairly quickly. I mean, it wasn't a week into his treatment probably, and he was needing a blood transfusion because he would be really pale and really lethargic. And when he got that transfusion, I mean, within an hour, if that, his skin was pink again and he had more energy, and you could tell in his face and just in his demeanor that he felt better. I definitely noticed a big difference when he received his transfusions, for sure. He finished his treatment the beginning of December of 2009, so it was about a year. And then New Year's Eve of that year, we got a phone call from the doctor because he had had his end of treatment scans, and he was done for not even, I mean, it was probably 2 weeks that he was done with treatment, and the scans came back that he had a new tumor in his leg. Once they relapse, there is no cure. There's no way to get rid of neuroblastoma once it relapses. So we knew with that phone call what that meant, that there was no chance that he was gonna be able to make it. It was the worst time of my life, but the best time of my life by far. It was the worst thing seeing my son suffer the way that he did. But to have that time with him meant the world to me. Seeing his strength, he's by far the bravest, strongest person that I will ever know in my life, and he wasn't even 3 years old. So to have that extra time with him, there's nothing, I mean, there's just nothing better than that sweet time that we had, even though it was really, really difficult. And even though all I wanted was to spend time with him as a healthy child and not to have to worry about the future and worry about everything that he was going through and see everything that he was going through. But it's still, I'm so glad that we had that time together. Thank you isn't enough. To say thank you, that just doesn't convey enough. It's truly amazing what people that donate blood do for families.